Hey friends, I'm Paul Foxcroft. This is Questing Time, episode 13, part 2 continues. That's a very misleading way of expressing that information. Last session, the players found the tomb they were in, ripped from its moorings and falling through the sky towards another big floating rock, which they've hit. They've killed the frost giant in the process, and they've discovered two interesting individuals immediately outside their little sort of portable cave. Claire is trying to rescue them, and I think Ruff is trying to start a fight. As viewers, you will logically have a lot of questions here. Narratively, you'd expect the players to have asked them as well, but that's not how this game has gone so far. You will get some more clues this session as the players will ask some of the right questions. Not all of them, and not really in the right order. Get ready for a quick beginner's guide to... well, I mean, you'll find out. I'll see you at the end of the show. Before anything happens, as soon as you take the gag off and you introduce yourselves as thus, they watch you, and the Aasimar looks over at the bird person and goes, I told you they were primes.
What's a prime?
You're a prime.
Yeah? And you're
time
on his knees with his hands tied behind his back, so before we start coming, why don't we get to be friendly with each other? That's not actually what I would say.
That's my way of saying hello. Are you guys all right?
Yeah. Sorry, allow ourselves to introduce ourselves. My companion here is Gildenkrantz, and I am Rosenstern.
As they say Gildenkrantz, I look over and go, oh, you've also got golden pants.
Yes, sorry, Brian, have you unbound them or just ungagged them?
Ungag them first, and I'm in the process of unbinding them.
Excellent, good. I suppose we owe you a debt. After all, you have rescued us from the entity that was attempting to, I assume, detain us? Let's say that. Let's say detain.
Wait. Oh, what would possibly make you assume such a thing? What with being tied up? And that wasn't just anything, Powell. That was a frost giant. So don't go acting the mug with me. Those things, by and large, keep themselves to themselves unless somebody's prodding at them. So why the fuck are you two here? Who are you? What were you up to? And make with the answer pronto, because I am not having a good day.
Do you like weapons? We like weapons.
Can I roll intimidation?
You certainly can.
I just want to see if any of that really works.
Yep.
14.
14. Okay, cool. Weirdly, they both rolled exactly the same thing. You are met with a discernible raised eyebrow from the Aasimar and the face of a hawk from the one with the hawk's face, which is difficult to read in motion. Difficult to read at the best of times. Like she looks at you from she changes the side of her face. She's no, it's a hawk. She just looks at you directly and doesn't really flinch. It could be one
I
moment.
assume that's hungry, and I offer her some paste.
She kind of. Oh, what is this?
It's corpse pate.
What kind of corpses?
They were humanoid corpses.
Pate is new. I've not done pate. And with that, she eats some of the pate. And there's a sense that it's like she's not interested at all until she realizes she hasn't done this before.
Can I just shout at them again?
Before you do, can I just double check? Sorry, Briony. Have you undone their bounds?
Yeah.
Okay, she reaches into a pouch, pulls out a small notebook, and makes a little note of the fact that she's just done that. Sorry, Rufus, I didn't catch what you said.
Yeah, forgive me, sorry. I just want to shout at them, where are we and what's going on?
Oh, well, I mean, where are you? Says the angel. He's, hang on. Right. First time on the plains?
Yes.
Oh no, I've got a wee summer house just round the corner. That's why I look so fucking confused.
I'm having a really hard time reading that one. How much of that was sarcasm?
All
You
of it.
talk to them and report back. I can't be dealing with this attitude, right? So I
Yes.
wait while an angel contemplates my fate.
Great.
And I find myself wondering, do they know the places where we go? And they're both in the future when we're grey and old. Because I've been told. I was just waiting for any flicker of recognition from Paul, and then I was going to immediately stop.
I don't know this.
You have to keep going, Rufus.
Because then I was feeling gross. And, you know, there was no flesh on those bones. And I'm feeling life is dead. What are you doing, Claire?
Is this Robbie Williams' song about a dog?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we got there. Sorry about our friend. Or like.
Oh no! It's absolutely fine. We understand it's We would imagine it's disorientating, wouldn't we? Yes, we would. We would. First things first. Where are you from?
Well,
Realm, next question.
We're both from
Baldur's where?
Gate. We're from Baldur's Gate originally, me and the Rev. From Raven's Home more recently, and Phillin has no idea where he's from.
I literally have no memory from about 2 months ago, but sometimes I do dream about dead things.
As far as plane of existence, pretty much the only one we've known. So I don't know what its whole name is.
You'll notice I answered in just one word.
Yes, but that word means nothing.
Okay.
So, good. Right.
I guess because after you. I was just going to say, I think we're from the material plane.
Well, I mean, yes, but which one?
The one that is, the one where you're sort of normal, like 5 days a week, but then Friday comes around and you're like, I'll have one drink, just one drink. And then it's Sunday and you're like, I'll never do this again. That one.
In our realm, there's a goblin improv troupe in our theatre. Does that help?
No. No. Well, let's start with where you are. That's at least something we can address. At which point the bird lady, right, just kind of gestures to this massive, sweeping area of nothing. Welcome, friends, to the elemental plane of air.
Oh.
Of what?
Air.
Of what?
Of air.
Air. I'm pointing at it. As she points at the air.
Ruff quietly laughs to himself.
I should point out, Ruff, this is as a dwarf who I imagine lives on the surface of the earth most of his time, but was raised underground. This is disconcertingly the opposite of being underground for you.
Yes, that's why I'm acting so calmly and rationally.
Good. So yes, so if you will, you're in this is one of the inner planes. Does that help? Do you know about the Great Wheel?
No.
No.
Oh God! Right. Look. Okay. Well, just and then the angel takes over. Goes, I might, if I may, interject. Maybe we should start with the rules. There are 3. They're relatively simple. And then the person. I need to differentiate these voices more, so I don't have to keep going. Who's speaking? I'm going to make the angel a bit more North American. All right. So we should bring we should start with the rules. There's 3 of them. They're relatively simple to follow. The bird looks at it and goes out. Well, yes, but you get one of them wrong. What? I do not. I just know more of the rule than most people do. Here we go. Rule 1. The rule of 3. Everything comes in 3s. Done. Most important rule of the planes.
Sandwich.
No. Rule 2.
Why are there only 2 of you then?
Well, for now.
Where's the 3rd?
Under the thing you landed in.
All right.
Oh.
Don't worry about it. He was a dustman. He'll be pleased. So, rule 1, everything comes in 3s, right? Material plane, inner planes, outer planes, right? Good, neutral, evil, all that. Everything's 3s. Second rule, unity of rings. Most things tend to exist in a ring endlessly. Right? Third rule, the center of the multiverse, at which point the bird is like, and this is the one he gets wrong. At which point, he's like, no, I don't get it wrong. I just know where the center of the multiverse is. Hi.
You're literally the center of everything that exists.
Yes, I am.
So, how are we on the outside of you?
Well, that's a great question, but prove me wrong. At which point, the bird lady steps in front of you. Sorry, no, he's a signer. They believe that they're the center of each one of them believes they're the center of the universe.
Oh.
He genuinely thinks you stop existing if he isn't looking at you.
That's what Rev is like at the moment.
Yeah, I like this guy.
Well, here's my... Look, you literally... You cannot disprove this. Case in point. You there, bald guy. You're a cleric?
Yes.
What deity?
Tyr.
Tyr. Yeah. Not a thing. Not a real guy. Well, he's a real guy. It's not the powers are... It's bullshit.
You dare sully the name of Tyr with your...
The name you just got wrong? Yes. Yes, I do. And you know why? Because I am a cleric. Ask me who my god is.
Who's your god, mother?
Me!
Oh.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
What god things can you do?
And he conjures a flame in his hand. I was like, that? Explain that. Don't have a god. Explain that. If you,
Can I
you
conjure one in
recognize it
my
as...
hand?
Yeah. But,
Yeah, I can do that.
But you recognize that he's not using arcane magic. He's using divine magic to conjure his own flame.
Oh.
Okay.
Can I go have a magical day with my... with my hand? Who can play at that game?
Yeah, my point is, your power is granted to you by somebody else. My power comes from within because I'm the center of the universe. Prove me wrong.
Okay.
If you're not looking at us, you don't think we exist. So close your eyes.
Yeah.
And the police.
I don't think that it's legitimately me looking at you. It's everything is created from within my mind.
Okay, then create me a rabbit.
No.
Okay,
Can't
then.
do it then.
Problem solved. Then the bird lady who flexes her wings, there's this massive display of wings, at which point she's like, you'll have to excuse him. He genuinely believes that to understand the nature of the multiverse involves perfection of idealization of the self. He's an idiot. Obviously.
And you
obviously
can't even
wrong.
create a little
The only correct source, of course, is to have experienced everything the multiverse has to offer.
I asked you this question. What did I get for my 6th birthday?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Give me a second. What did you get for your 6th birthday? Because he answers accurately.
Oh, right, okay. What I got for my 6th birthday was a small cart toy.
Yeah. He not only answers accurately, he describes it, describes you which of your parents handed it to you, and describes the cake. And there's a genuine look of like a sort of fugue state when he does that.
Yeah. I listen to all of this, and I stand up, I walk over to him, I slap him manfully on the shoulder and go, "Hey, he's good." He has 180 into just like whatever this guy says.
Great. Lovely stuff. Whoa. Sure. I don't want people worshipping me. So let's just be... We're just friends. We're just friends.
And at which point I go, We shall not worship you.
Nope, quit
We
it.
shall not
Quit it. Be your own god. This is dumb. What you're doing is dumb. It's stupid.
We are all our own god because he said so. We are all our own god.
I'm actually fine with that.
Rosenstern and Gildenkrantz, how do we
yes.
know which material plane of the three we're from, and how do we get back there?
Great question. Well, first things first. This is the bird. Gildenkrantz speaking. So first things first. One, we don't know your material plane. Second thing is, you probably don't want to live on the plane of air because there's not a lot of food or things you can eat. So, well, I mean, the easiest thing would be get to the cage. And then you can probably find a portal back there. Portals from everywhere to the cage. Sorry, I'm skipping ahead. So, all the planes are connected by portals. But activating them and knowing where they are and where they lead to is the trick. I don't know of any planes from here that lead to the cage.
Is that why it's called the Great Wheel, O Lord? Like spokes coming from a hub, from the plane inside to the outside.
Kind of. And so Rosenstern gets a stick from the grassy bit and draws it in the dust, a circle. Because so imagine that there's entire. Oh, these are a lot of weird concepts if it's the first time you're here. So this space we're in right now, right? It draws 3 concentric rings, right? We're in the second ring, which is the elemental planes. So you've got air, fire, earth, and water, and each of them is infinite. And they orbit orbit's the wrong word. They sort of encapsulate the prime material plane, which is where you're from, but there's an infinite number of those. Huh? You with me? An infinite number of infinite spaces exists in this space, surrounded by 4 infinite spaces. Right? Cool? Good? And then outside of that is the Great Ring of 16 planes that are aligned to aligned to different values. So starting up here with all the good aligned planes, and then down here with all the negative aligned planes, all the evil ones, so that you got you got your 9 hells, you got your abyss, you got your pandemonium, you got your limbo. Then up here you got your Bitopia, your Elysium.
Oh, I thought we were there.
It's all right. I think I've had it explained by the chat. So you're saying it's a donut. Got it.
No.
Guys, I got it.
No one is that.
Whoa.
What?
No,
I saw that in the chat. It's a
It's
donut.
more like a gobstopper where every layer is itself infinite.
Is it like an eclair where we're the cream and you're the pastry?
No, we're a whole separate thing. Oh, so, right, everything comes in 3s, right? So you got the material plane, inner planes, outer planes. There's 3 kinds of things, right? There's primes, like you folks, who are from the prime material plane. Planers, like us, who are from the planes. And petitioners, who are, you're dead? So on the planes like Elysium, like, so people who worship a deity or had philosophies in keeping with that, when they die, they manifest there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? And if you're evil and you have a belief structure that involves you going to hell, if you're evil, then you go to hell and you manifest as a petitioner, and then you're mashed into some kind of pulp. And I think that's how they make devils. I'm not clear on that process, but that, right? So, but in the middle of all this, and there's already stuff in the middle. Is the Outlands, which is like a huge space full of, there's towns and stuff in there, there's like societies and whatnot, but also some deities live in areas around there. I keep saying deities, I mean powers. Some of the powers live there. And there's the Spire, which is an infinitely tall mountain, and on top of the mountain, hovering over that, is Sigil, which is a huge city on the inside of a ring. Are you following this? And that is kind of a connective thing. So with that, you can't There's no doors, but it has portals that lead everywhere. Yeah, it's literally the center of the multiverse. No, it isn't. I am the center of the multiverse. We've covered this.
So we need to get to the ring and find a portal that leads to home.
I think that's your best option. Yes. Maybe, but short term. Wonder. I mean, you could make your way. Where are we? Hang on, give me a moment. And she pulls out a sort of like the box you'd get jewelry in. On the inside, there's just like a little bit of a blue glow that looks a little bit like it has like a sort of imagine a sort of holographic sextant appears, and she potters around and looks around a little bit, compares that with some things, and then okay, right, well, okay, now there are some places you could go here on the plane of air that might help or hinder. It depends. How do you feel about gin?
Gin.
Gin.
Like a genie's?
Oh, imagine they'd be nice, wouldn't they?
Oh,
They're
no. Terrible. No,
Doesn't
they're
it-
not nice. They're incredibly powerful. Very dangerous.
Does it not just depend who's in control of them?
They're in control of them.
Why are you not?
Oh, you have some of those legends on your world.
Aye, they're normally bound to a magical object, and whoever owns the object controls the power of the djinn.
Oh, that's true, but more often than not, the magical object you think they're bound to is a trap they've laid. Usually they're in control of their magical object.
Oh.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Let's rule that out. So maybe don't go to the... don't go to the Palace of Steel and Ice.
Would you mind giving us just 1 second, oh great golden lord?
Sure.
And I usher everybody close enough that we can talk quietly and they
Yeah.
hear.
They wander off a little bit, and you can see them kind of like pointing in different directions and kind of going no, and suggesting, like, trying to work out a plan of where you could go.
Okay.
Can everyone make perception checks, please?
Five.
15.
Also 15.
11.
Okay, Matt and Richard, you clock the the sort of up of it's from about here, up of the forearm of the frost giant that you've crushed has a tattoo on the back of its palm that looks like, well, it's a symbol you're unfamiliar with. It's a sort of like a sweeping, might be a sort of stylized J, but it's sort of got horns. Anyway,
Okay.
You guys were going to have a chat.
We need to find out what material plane we are actually from, because it's all very well. If what they've just said is right, and we've no reason to believe it's not, then until we know where we're trying to get to, we're beyond help. Has anybody got any way of locating where we're from?
Well,
I do
Why
have
don't-
that location scroll.
I wonder if we should wait till we're in the ring, and then you use that scroll, and whichever door it leads us to, you locate an object we know is in our material realm, like the Goblin Improv Troupe. And then,
I love what you think objects are.
or our theatre that's ours, and then use that to go through that door. But if we do locate object now, it's not going to work, because it's not going to point us to the right door.
I
You
hate to.
sound like you've located a plan there, Miss Claire.
I might be able to blow your minds here, guys, because I have locate object as a 2nd level spell.
Ooh.
So we could maybe try it now to see if it'll lead us in a direction to. I don't know if it'll tell us anything, and then we can do Claire's plan when we get to the ring.
I just think if we did that spell in consultation with these two, then maybe they would know what they're looking for in order to help us. Like all I mean is if with that magical box they're able to ascertain where it is we're trying to get to, does that give us a better plan? Like, we could go up that spire, but if it's infinitely tall, I don't like the sound of climbing up it.
Yeah.
So there might be a shortcut somewhere or not, I don't know, but
Yeah, let's ask them for
I don't know where we're trying to get to, and that strikes me as not a good position to be
This
in.
whole time, the Rev has not been able to make eye contact with the rough knight due to the beard.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should ask them. Well, actually, because that the angel's all knowing, he probably knows exactly this conversation that we've just had.
Aye, there is that. And he didn't seem to know where we were from in the first place.
Oh yeah. If he can see what you had as your birthday present, he must know what plane that was from. Should we ask him?
Aye. That's a very good point.
Okay, so we turn back to them and go, that birthday present
No, I
you
agree.
saw,
Yeah, sure. What?
that birthday present you saw, which plane was it from?
Oh.
Why
Can you
don't
not-
know?
So, were you just reading my mind, looking into my head, looking for a memory?
No.
So, how did you perceive it?
I'm a god.
If you're a god,
He's
surely
not.
you
He's
can...
not a god. He isn't a god. You're an Asima. He's an Asima. I'm my own god.
I currently
Checkmate.
refuse to believe that he isn't God.
Right.
If we did a locate object spell, would you be able to tell us which plane that object's in?
What?
If we did a locate object spell and located an object from our plane,
Yes.
would you be able
well,
to?
It's in that one.
But would we be able to then tell which plane that's in?
Could you point us
But
how
no-
to get there?
Maybe just ask them again, but louder, Claire.
No, but the thing is, if one of you cast locate object, then you would know the location of an object.
Yes.
How would I then know anything about it?
Okay.
What about if you cast it?
But I only know the things I know. I don't know objects you would know.
Would you not
Also,
be
I
able
don't. I don't know that spell. But I mean, what's the range? Surely it has a range.
Oh, crap. 120 feet.
Yeah, it has a range.
Yep.
But surely if we're in a multiverse, we're kind of just on top of everything, and feet don't matter.
You'd think that, but it's in a way you're entirely correct and the wrongest a person has ever been.
That is usually the case.
I throw myself at the angel's feet.
Yep.
And just say, please help us. We
Sure.
no idea where we've come from. We just need to get back there, Almighty Lord, as the center of all that is and all that ever shall be, the light and the dark, the cold and the hot. Please.
This guy gets it. Huh? Am I right?
And
High five. The bird person just turns away. I'm not high-fiving them. High five. Huh, buddy? Huh? Floor friend? He leans down to you to high five.
And I get close to high-fiving, but then I pull my hand back and shout simply, I am unworthy.
Honestly, he either wants to kill them or worship them.
Oh, your orb is leaking. And you turn around, you can just see blood pouring out of the lower of one of the doors.
Oh yeah, that was Claire's lunch.
All right. Okay.
So.
Actually, I should. Oh, wait! Hey, you're a tiefling.
Yeah.
Right, but you're a prime. So okay, well, that might make it. Oh wait, no. Okay, are you? That seems rude to ask. Evil in any way?
Not person by family?
Right.
Sort of.
Like in like a.
Not
Okay.
generally, not by choice.
Wait, this whole time, Claire, you had evil ancestry?
Mm.
You didn't think to bring this up at any point?
No one else has mentioned their name. Like, Phillin doesn't know his, Ruff never says his. Why do you think I'm the amazing Claire? I don't exactly use my surname.
What's your surname?
Gonna have to look it up.
Would you like me to type it into the chat, Briony?
Yes. No, I think it's Redlock.
It is. It is
right?
correctly Redlock.
But I'm like.
I can't believe you've been lying to us this whole time.
Not lying, just omitting certain things. There's
I feel like a lot of this would be important if I knew your world in any way.
But would that count?
What?
Like, if, say, one of us was a member of a criminal organization, which he hadn't previously mentioned, would that count?
For...
Evil.
Oh, unless the criminal organization was big enough to involve actual devils.
As in they might worship one? Yeah.
Oh. I mean, that might. Yeah. Do you know which devil?
Yep.
You do?
Never. I look up at the angel and go, trust me, if there's one thing this tiefling knows, it's the demon that she worships. Don't you worry about that. I've gone in on some pretty long bets in my life. We dwarfs live a long old time. But if there's one thing I know that tiefling knows, it's the name of the demon that she worships.
Whoa.
I
Hold
don't
up there,
worship.
Skippy. Hang on for a second, Briony.
Glacia.
What?
What?
Glacia. Glasya.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Like-
So I'm going to address two things real quick. It looks at Ruff and goes, right, one, we are talking about devils, not demons. And that is the kind of mistake that's going to get you killed, sir.
Thank you for
Right.
getting me right. And I kiss his toe.
That was weird. Do you know about the Blood War?
No. I know that Glacier's an archdevil.
Yeah, right. We're gonna put a pin in that for a second, and we're gonna briefly talk about the Blood War, which is why you don't switch devil and demon around. So for as long as anybody can remember, and there are people out here who can remember a real long time, the devils and the demons have been at war. How do I put this? Kind of over how to do evil right. But it got real intense real quick, and it stayed real intense for as long as time can remember. And the Blood War is it's confined to the lower planes mainly, but it turns up everywhere. Like, you'll find devils and demons fighting pretty much anywhere you go, except, of course, for Sigil the Cage, because she doesn't like it. Also, you there, Grovel Boy. If you get to Sigil, do not worship the Lady of Pain. It's just not done.
Okay.
Worship
the Lady of Pain.
Yep. Nobody worships the lady. Don't even say her name when you're there. Clear?
What's her name?
Shut up, idiot. You do not fuck around with this. Clear?
Got
Yeah,
it, Christo. I say her name and worship her.
He slaps you across the face. And it's like, under no circumstances do the things you just said.
Okay.
I'm not fucking with you here, son, and you do not fuck with me. Am I clear? And the bird is like, I'm actually on his side at this point. Like, you don't fuck with the lady.
Phillin, they haven't agreed on anything yet. And if one thing I know, if both people, like your parents, agree on one thing, it's best not to argue with it.
Okay. I'm making a mental note and putting it in the old memory bank to not do the thing I've been told to do.
I just want to point out that right now, that sounds like that guy is going to get all of you people killed. But
Oh, trust me, this is very much standard practice.
That's not new.
Just a regular Tuesday.
Who should
What's
I
Tuesday?
worship? Who should I worship then, out of curiosity, if we do go there?
yourself, idiot. You'd be your own god. Jesus Christ.
Oh, could I do that?
Yes. Oh, hey, if you want a flyer, by all means, when you get to Sigil, you go to the Hall of Speakers and meet my friends at the rest of the signers.
Okay.
The sign of one. We are the only philosophy that makes sense here in this time. At which point the bird lady steps in front and goes, nope, that's not the case. When you get to Sigil, you'll find that there's a number of organizations with different philosophical outlooks. Each one is pretty confident they're the only ones who really understand the multiverse. I belong to the Society of Sensation, and I would thoroughly recommend that you come to the Fest Hall and give us a look up. We do great tours.
Okay.
How does well, what has being evil got to do with us getting to Sigil?
Oh, well, I mean, look, so here's the thing. The cage doesn't have a lot of portals that open onto the inner planes. It has some, but not like a ton. Most of its portals goes to different primes or to the outer planes. So logically, to get there, you hop to the outer ring. You hop to the Great Ring. If you can find somewhere, if you know that there's a portal in one of the planes, you go to that plane and make your way to that portal, or you go to the outer ring and you make your way around looking for portals. Either way, it's up to you. Then you use your portal there to get to Sigil, and then try and work out from Sigil, see if you can find a tout who can get you back to your plane. I mean, there's a lot more plane walkers there. It's a sort of hub.
How do we get there?
Great question.
Forgive me if I've misunderstood, but you said we have to go out to come back into the middle. Is
Yes.
it out where different philosophical realities of hell and heaven are?
Yes.
Right, one moment. And I just look back at the other four, and I do this face.
But we don't have another plan.
I bet you've got another plan, you evil demon. You're probably going to kill us all in our sleep.
I'm not evil. I explained I happen to be evil adjacent.
I can't believe I trained you as a rookie. And I storm off. And look,
Where to?
I storm off sadly, like just 5 feet away from the group, and realise I have nowhere to go.
That's
You
fine.
Actually, I like the idea.
Rock and come back.
I like the idea. That's exactly what he does. He storms off around the other side of the rock, and what you can see is on the other side of the rock is a corpse, which has had a rock dropped on it. So it's just the shoulders upwards of quite a pale guy with tough, like sort of unkempt black hair, and a lot of his internal organs have burst forth from his mouth because he was crushed. Wearing dark robes, and in his right hand there's just a sort of a piece of bone. I'll tell you, in his right hand is like a little pouch. Richard.
Hang on a second.
Okay.
I've got a question, but it's sort of it's obviously been inspired by that.
Yeah.
But I obviously didn't see it. So a question.
This is round the back.
Yeah. But a question's just occurred to me that I think might be really important that we haven't asked.
Yeah.
These guys said that there were 3 of them.
Yes.
All things come in 3s.
Mm.
So they were there as a 3.
Yeah.
But they were tied up, and this guy wasn't.
Yeah.
So they can't have tied themselves up. So the frost giant must have tied them up.
Are you saying this to them?
No, I'm sort of
Okay.
saying because I didn't see that skeleton. What I mean is like that's the thing, right? Like he's not tied up. The other 2 were, but they said they were all there together.
Yep.
That strikes me as a fairly glaring inconsistency that we should probably try and, understand.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm just making that point to anyone who cares.
Hold on, but Rich is the only one who's seen it. So if Rich comes back and then tells us what he's seen, well, possibly not me, because you're not speaking to me right now.
Yeah, I'll tell Ruff and Phillin.
So what do you say to them?
You'll have to tell Phillin, because I don't think you'd tell me because of my beard.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. Sorry. I'm avoiding 2 people in the group currently. Sorry, Paul. I saw. I've completely forgotten what you said. I've got so confused by everything.
It's partially crushed. It's a corpse that's been crushed by this rock.
Yeah.
And in its right hand, it's wearing a dark black robes, very pale skin, has unkempt black hair, and in its right hand is a pouch.
Grab
and
it.
This is the crossbone?
No.
No.
Oh,
Looks like a
sorry.
human.
Okay. Oh, wicked. Well, I'm going to definitely grab the pouch and have a look at the robes, see if I recognize the robes.
Just keep wearing more robes.
The robes are they're basically like black sackcloth.
Okay. Can I just take them?
No, because most of them are underneath a rock and mashed up with a person.
What's in the pouch?
You tear off the upper, like to about here of the robes.
Right, I'll put that over my other 2 robes.
Okay. And you were asking what's in the pouch?
What's in the pouch? What's in the pouch?
What's in the pouch is like about this big. It's about 4 inches tall. A literal drop, like a droplet shape of blood. That's solid. And a finger bone that's curved like that, and it's got all tiny inscriptions all around the side of it.
Arcana check.
Yeah. Can I quickly Arcana that? No, I don't really have it. I might ask. Well, I'll just quickly try and Arcana check it myself, and then I'll bring it around to it.
Sure.
12.
12. These are charms, so they're like one-use magic items.
Okay.
But you're not sure of their use. I mean, the blood charm, you're pretty confident is probably healing, but you don't know to what extent.
Okay. Cool. I come back round then, having still in my sulk, and I just sidle up to Phillin, ignoring the other 2, and just say, Phillin is a squad. A squashed man over there. I got this from him. He's doing Arcana check.
Where is that, Mr. Hardcastle?
There's another crushed man over there in dark robes. Could you just see what you think?
I imagine if you spoke to him, he would be crushed. You've been quite mean lately, Mr. Hardcastle.
Can you just take this and tell me what it is?
Could you take a bit of advice from your old pal Phillin and go and say sorry to Miss Claire over there? Because
I storm off around the rock again.
Rich, make a perception check, please.
Oh, useless. 7. Yeah.
Did you leave the finger with me?
Yeah, I guess I did, because I just got...
Yeah. I'm going to Arcana check it then.
Lovely stuff.
And it got 14 plus 2, 16.
16. Yeah, this is a. They're called bone charms.
Mm-hmm.
And what you do is, as an action, you snap it to release the magic in it, and it adds 2 to your armor class for 1 minute. And it gives you resistance to non-magical weapon attacks for 1 minute.
Non-magic. Okay. Gotcha. Put that in the old horse trousers. Whilst we're here,
You've got like a full minute before the Reverend arrives again.
Okay. I was just wondering, your friend, may they rest under that big rock. What's that old mark that they've got on their hand, that old tattoo? What's that mean?
What was... yes. Well. So, there was a, what would you call them? A cult? I wouldn't call them a cult. A gang? I don't know. Some assholes? Yeah, that actually works. There's a bunch of assholes, who work for I guess a larger asshole, on this plane, who are very, controlling? Let's say that. In a sort of, kidnap you and sell you for food way.
Okay.
So, were you being sold? Is that why you were tied up?
I was very early in the process, so it's hard to know. They might just have killed us.
What
No,
would
who's-
happen if
who's
somebody...
us? Who's us?
Oh, me and him.
And
Oh, and Chris.
who is?
Well, crashed onto this rock, I should think.
The ice giant.
No, God, no. No, Chris was a dustman.
What's a
What's wrong
dustman?
with Chris? A human? Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. You can never tell with the hair, right? What?
What's a dustman?
Oh, they're I suppose they're another society from around the plains. But he's of the opinion that we're already dead. Only some of us are better at it. I'm not 100% on the Dustman's creed, if I'm perfectly honest. But they think. Wait, do I have the right of this? No, they think that this is an afterlife, and we need to attain the true death so we can move on to whatever's beyond. I think.
Oh,
I don't. They're very dull. They're quite depressing.
Right.
So
Okay.
how do we get to Sigil?
Well, that's a great question. Well, we've been talking, and we think your best bet is make your way to a population center here on the plane of air, and see if you can find somebody who's a better guide or who's actively plane walking, so you could join them, or. And we have a small. We've compiled a list of folks. There's Borealis, but I don't think it's a great fit.
Oh, I love him as Angel.
Deep cut.
And there's where else? There's the Palace of Tempests,
Okay.
but that might be a bit militant. And you, how do I put this? Some of you feel like you're not tact aware.
Yeah.
Richard, can you make another perception check, please, as you're walking around the back of the orb?
Yeah.
There's
Yes.
there's a cloud castle a ways back.
Oh, I go Cloud Castle every time. Cloud
Cloud
Castle.
Castle, Cloud Castle, Cloud Castle.
Or, well, we were actually thinking maybe it might make more sense to visit Cascadia, which is it's a little like this. This is a relatively small moat of earth, but there's a reasonably large settlement near the water spout.
Okay. But
The water spout's a portal.
The
Well, the water
water
spout, it's two portals. A little ways in that direction, there's two near, what do you call them? Adjacent portals to the plane of water, and water flows out of one and into the other. So you get a lot of water elementals out in that neck of the woods, and and rain. And it's near the plane of boundary anyway, so it's colder because it's near the ice plane. So
Oh no.
what?
Right. No. Well, I'm just not hearing anything that fills my heart full of hope. Because
Oh no!
there's the ice.
Well, here, perhaps I can help.
That sounds pretty sketchy, doesn't it? The old ice plane. We've got a frost giant that we've smashed into. Rather implies that people are moving backwards and forwards through these things. And with the greatest respect in the world, oh Lord and mighty conditioner of all that is. We could do with something slightly more concrete. Don't get me wrong, I understand there must be a lot to consider, but the many different variations of what we could or couldn't do are less helpful to forward travellers who've never experienced this than good folks such as yourselves.
Well, I'm afraid what you've done there is you've rather hit the nail on the head. The big question you have now is you're in... How do I put it? You're through the looking glass of reality. The question you have to ask yourselves is, what do you want to believe? And then... Well, then that's what you do, I suppose. She's got a point.
We follow our hearts.
Yeah, to a degree. What are your beliefs, and what beliefs do you want to make real?
I believe that puppies should be with you at all times.
And you're done talking. But the three of you who are capable of rational thought, oh my god, no. Oh, he's one of... All right, you there, little guy. When I say, just first word, top of your head that comes in, I'm going to do some word association. First word comes into your head. Ready?
Right.
Limbo.
Lady of Pain.
Chaos.
Good time.
Law.
Long.
Howl.
Moon.
Peanut.
Legs.
Okay. Well, I'm loath to promote them, but there is an organization on schedule that I think you would actually do well with.
Oh, please, we'll go there.
Do they have puppies?
No, maybe, probably, at times, sure. They're the Chaos Architects. I've used the word organization incorrectly. What's the opposite of an organization?
Are we still doing word association? Because
No.
I would say square.
From the ground, face down, I murmur, diaspora.
Yeah. There's a thing that isn't an organization. There's a diaspora of people who are they're associated in that none of them believe in. They believe the universe, the multiverse, is absolutely and totally chaotic, and in order to embrace that, they behave in a way that has no context. They're weird, and I use that word advisedly.
As they're saying this, I start to nuzzle Squeaks, who's woke up slightly, just completely zoning out, just doing that.
And he has a lizard in his pants, so
It'll be a big lizard soon.
great. Okay.
What's the name of this diaspora?
The
The Chaos Attacks, or the Chaos Men. I mean, I won't lie, the name changes every time you ask one of them.
I think they sound like our people.
I think
They're terrifying. You, Miss, I think you should look at the Transcendent Order. I think you'd find their work interesting.
Transcendent Order.
Yeah. The ciphers.
Excellent! Let me ask you, is there an organization of people who are brutally logical?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's the Fraternity of Order. There's the Mercy Killers. They're brutal. The Harmonium, the Hardheads.
Sorry,
yeah.
who was the last one? Harmonium.
The Harmonium. They're sort of the city's unofficial police force.
Oh, Mr. Hardcastle. Like,
Also sounds not too bad for you if they're harmonic, Bardi.
Not in that way.
and who did you say would be good for me? Anybody?
The Chaos Tactics.
The Chaos Detectives. I'll
You see
remember.
that? Both of those names work.
So they're in. Can you point us in the direction of the town where these people are?
Sigil, the cage. So, yes.
Let's go there then.
I could point in any direction and it would be accurate.
Oh, we need to find a plane.
We need to head towards the water spout.
To find a plane walker to get us to Sigil.
Yeah, I guess you could do that, evil one.
Now,
can I ask them, how are you going to get out of here?
What do you mean?
Well, you can't just stay on this rock for the rest of eternity.
We'll fly to our next thing.
Right, well, are you feeling strong?
You want us to carry you? No, you don't have to. Just... No, have you not worked out the... Just fall.
oh, right.
What?
And with that, I go.
Yep, first opportunity he gets, Matt just base jumps his character off the side of the world. Classic Phillin. I hope you're enjoying the shows. If you haven't likened and subscribbled, please do. What? We run out of ways to say a thing. Please let me know in the comments if you're enjoying the show or any fun quotes you think could be good t-shirts. I'm open to suggestions. We'll see you next time for part 3. Enjoy.